Jason, a 1-0 result. Overall thoughts on the game?
Overall disappointed with the first half performance. We were too slow, we were far too deep, as we talked about at halftime. We were a little bit sloppy in possession, so we were always on the back foot. In the second half, fair play to the boys. They came out with renewed spirit, more energy, pushed our lines higher, and then basically took the game to them. Still did not create that clear-cut chance that we needed, but happy with the effort in the second half. But the players just need to understand that we can't compete for only 45 minutes at the professional level. We need to bring it for the entire 90 minutes, and then we give ourselves a chance to win football games.
And you have one day off essentially before getting back on the pitch. How do you kind of bounce back from this loss?
We'll be in tomorrow morning, or sort of tomorrow afternoon, to try and regen the boys and sort of recover as quickly as possible. We'll talk about a few things, but you know, tactics aside and everything else, it was just about competing and knowing that every time we step between those white lines, we need to bring full energy and compete in every match.
And Roberts was back, and he was wearing the captain's band today. What came to that outcome?
You know, he captained the side against Wilmington, and he's probably one of the most experienced players that we have. So I felt he would do a solid job again. So I thought he had a decent game. You know, he can probably talk a little bit more in certain situations, but we're trying to drive that out of him as well. But what he had to do, he handled pretty well.
Would you say the own goal that happened just before half, would you say that kind of deflated the team a little bit?
I'm not sure. I think it probably had some bearing on it, but at the same time, we were just sort of flat and didn't have enough energy in the first half. So, and that was just a sort of result of that sort of lack of energy that we needed in the first half. So, it probably set them back a little bit, but you know, fair play to the boys in the second half. They came out with good energy and really tried to push the game. So, credit to them.
What do you think was missing in that second half? Do you think the St. Louis they played really strong D? Do you think you guys could have pushed a little bit more?
I mean, I think you could see that we were pushing pretty hard. You know, it's just that final pass, that final decision at the right time, the final delivery on the cross. You know, sometimes it was a little bit overhit. You know, that can happen in football, and you know, maybe you needed just a little bit more luck for something to fall your way in the second half. But you know, St. Louis came with a game plan, especially in the second half, and they performed it well and got the 3 points. So we're disappointed with our first half performance. We know we can be better, and we're going to have to be better come Tuesday.
And Nick Osorio made his debut today. How would you rate his game?
It was in for maybe 15 minutes, so it was difficult to give a real assessment. But one thing that I know and I've seen from all of the young players that have come up, they've competed very well. They know that once they step between those white lines, it's a competitive game, and that for young players has to be present game in and game out.